So how do we even feel when we start measuring our success level in business with the number of equipment we buy? As a filmmaker or photographer or anybody in my kind of industry, there's always this constant need for equipment, owning equipment. We always look forward to when we own our own equipment, right? Where we don't have to borrow or hire equipment, have our own camera, lights, gimbal, all the equipment that make our workflow very easy. We always look forward to it, and it sort of feels very rewarding. You start owning your own equipment. Owning your own equipment is very important, right? But I also realized that a lot of creative people focus so much on the technical. We tend to concentrate too much on the equipment gathering. It's very easy to want to move on to the newest camera, move on to the newest light. It's very easy to sort of dump your old camera and want to go, like you want to gather them. They own a Sony a7S II, and as soon as Sony a7S III comes out, they begin to save money to go get that one. As soon as the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K comes out, they want to get that and add to their list of equipment. They want to get the aperture light. Like it feels as though you are in the craft or in this business for gathering equipment. And I understand how it feels. Because it almost feels as though the more equipment you have, the more success you've recorded. It feels that way, quite frankly. And then people focus so much on adding equipment. You want to own 5 cameras. You want to have like 10 lights. And some of these equipment, you're not even using them. So they are not even converting to money or income for you. But you're not concerned about that. That passion to own the latest camera, to want to own the latest camera is what has consumed you. And my question today is, how does owning more cameras or more equipment convert to having more clients or making more money? Some people have these equipment, but they don't have money in the bank. Because what happens is, once they strike a project and they are done with the project, they run off to the market to add some equipment to their arsenal. And it feels very gratifying. It feels rewarding for your hard work. I met some guy who owned, I think, 3 cameras, high-end cameras, to be frank, has a lot of lights, lenses and all of that. And I asked him a question. When was the last time you did a job for a client? I was like, man, it can be very frustrating. I think in like 6 months, I haven't done anything. I was like, wow. So what are all these equipments for? So he was like, I want to keep investing in my business until I build the business. I asked him a question. Are you investing in your business or you are investing in equipment? You see, it's very tricky. And there's a sense in which buying more equipment almost feels like you're investing in your business. You're investing back in the business. The equipment part of your business is just a tiny part of an entire business. So there's a sense in which we focus more on buying more equipment, putting the money in equipment, whereas other things are suffering. Like if those equipment aren't bringing money, then you are losing. It's not necessary. Having the equipment in your house, some people have like 2 drones or 3 drones and they are not bringing in money. So what's the point? How about marketing? Are you even considering marketing? How do you expand your clientele if you don't market? How about putting money on advertisements? Facebook and Instagram advertisement, Google ad, like a lot of other things. Some of these guys don't even own a website. They don't even have a company website where they would refer clients to. Like they have not done basic structuring of business, but they go ahead to own and gather equipment. If you have built your business to the point where projects are coming in back to back and these equipment you're buying have actually been put to use, then I'm not actually referring to you. You're doing well. It means you've expanded your clientele, right? You've built that brand. Now you need to get in more equipment. Sometimes you get more than one project, so you dedicate your cameras to different projects. You dedicate your lights to different projects. It's understandable and it makes sense. Somebody would ask me, why shouldn't we invest in these things? What if big projects comes and I don't want to use my old camera? What would I do? That's why there are gear houses. Gear houses are equipment rental houses. The reason they are there is for things like that. When you have projects you need to do, you go there, rent the equipment for the number of days, pay them. You're not responsible for maintenance. You're not responsible for anything. If you need a $70,000 camera, you have it there. If you need a $100,000 worth of camera, you have it there. Just pay, take it, use it for 1 or 2 days and return it. Guess what? Let me shock you. Most of the highest paid music video directors and filmmakers don't even own their own equipment. And a couple of them could buy them, could afford a truckload, but they don't think it's necessary because they have business intelligence. They understand that these things evolved within a short period of time. So it will be futile to start putting your money in that direction. You buy this equipment, maybe within 6 months, another has come and you start running, to get that one, another one would come. They leave it to the gear houses. Whenever they get, as cameras evolve, equipment revolve, the gear houses would want to get those things in order to stay in business. So when they buy those things, once they have a project, they go rent it from them. It's more profitable for you that way. The project pays for the equipment. This is a higher level conversation, quite frankly. Having more equipment doesn't necessarily mean that you have succeeded. So we need to step it down a bit. Take a back seat and start, reassess the whole thing. How many equipment have I gathered? How much has this thing brought into this business? If it really hasn't brought anything into the business, then you need to reassess. You're investing in the wrong direction. I think I've rambled enough. I'm even choking. I'm tired. But I hope you get the point, guys. I hope you get the message. We need to start making this shift. It's very, very critical. If we must succeed in this thing that we're doing, we must make something meaningful out of this thing that we love doing. Then we need to treat it as a business. We need to treat it very seriously. And this is part of how we treat it seriously. So thank you for sticking with me on Creative Warehouse. My name remains Sammy Joe, your host. Until I come your way next time, you have a wonderful day.